and gents. You asked for it and you got it. Dr. Durant's Donut Reviews. Ranking donuts on a scale of 1 to 10 silvers. Let's go.
Hey everybody, as you can see by the hat on the dashboard, the doctor has left the sanctum. Why, you ask? Why has he dragged his Victorian complexion from the bowels of his home and gone out into the harsh glaring light of day, where the heat burns and the people stare? I'll tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. Today's Wednesday, and on Wednesday, I always eat donuts. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The doctor got your cards and letters and phone calls and emails and telegrams and even a few of those messages sent via pneumatic tube. I heard you. More singing, which we tried to give you last episode. And please, doctor, share with us your views on donuts. Well, look what we got there. Today we went to Donna's Donuts in Tewksbury, Mass. It's a little independent donut shop here. We're going to be reviewing all sorts of donuts. We're going to do independents. We're going to do gourmet. We're going to do chains. We're going to do store-bought. If there's a donut out there, the doctor will eat it and let you know. Now, if you haven't guessed by the name of our show, the doctor's a big fan of the Double D. That's why we went to Donna's Donuts. Dr. Durant, Donna's Donuts. Get it? The Double D? It's also a double entendre. Lots of doubles in there. Double D's, double entendres, doctors and donuts and Donnas. Now, normally I wouldn't like a place called Donna's Donuts because, truth be told, my stepmother's name was Donna. And she was a real Walt Disney version of a stepmom. She was a mean lady. She was what we call a witch, except replace the W with a B. This car is so hot. Anyhow, you don't need that sad trip down memory lane. Let's do something we enjoy. Let's enjoy some donuts. Now, I went with a half dozen here. I could have got the dozen, but I just would have killed myself. I want to pace myself during these donut reviews. Now, my editor, Russell James, he's always, get the dozen, because that son of a bitch wants to see me dead. I know it. But I went with the half dozen, and I went with a good half dozen, because there's certain donuts that I judge every donut chain by. There's 3, and they're my favorites, and I get them everywhere I go. There's the butter crunch, the glazed, and the vanilla cream filled. Now, as I said, I went with a half dozen here. Donna's Donuts. Their donuts are massive. And let's take a look at what we got. We got a coconut. That's nice. That's a cake donut. It's a cake donut with some glaze, like sugar glaze over it. And you can see just the lovely clumps of sugary glaze and coconut there. And that's really the secret to donuts. There's 2 types of donuts. There's the cake donuts, which we have the coconut and the butter crunch and the crulla. And then there's like the yeast rised donuts that are sort of almost like a fried dough. They're more airy. And that's your jelly and your cream filled and, of course, your glazed. Now, the glazed is the gold standard by how you should judge any donut place. And the glazed have certain situations. If you don't get a glazed early in the day or at the right time of day, this starts to melt off and the donut gets all sweaty and gross. And if it's not a proper glaze put on that donut, or if you leave it overnight, like right now, this car is getting a little warm and that glazed donut is starting to melt. So I'm going to review the glazed donut first. As you can see, it's a perfect donut. Look at the thickness of that. And then it has a nice glazed coating. almost a perfect hole. Let's see how she tastes. Oh, God. That goes down so good. Oh, you can taste it. It has like a little kind of baked taste to it. You can almost taste the delicious oil it was fried in. The glaze is good. It is a good glaze. It mushes down like that, which really, oh, God, this is good. This is good. This glazed donut, I give it, that's a 9.5. 9.5, 10, maybe even a 10. Like a 10. Screw it. This is delicious. I cannot believe how amazing this is. Yep. It's so good. And that's the thing with a glazed donut is it's gone. That motherfucker is gone. Pardon my language. Some napkins from the dashboard. Oh, that was good stuff. Hats on the dash. You know what that means. It's time for another Donna's Donuts. It means a middle-aged man is sitting in his car eating donuts. You know, like in the old days, you used to put the sock on the doorknob, and that meant that you were having romance in your dorm room. Well, some of us were. Anyhow, let's see what we've got here. We've got the chocolate cruller, the jelly, the coconut, as we discussed before. The coconut is sort of, I think I'm not going to eat that right now. Why don't we give the vanilla cream a little bite? All right. So, like I said, you've got your vanilla cream here. And this is a yeast-raised donut along the lines of the honeydew, some people call them, or the glazed. Some people call them honeydew donuts. Some people call them honey dipped. Some people call them glazed. Anyhow, that donut was hours ago. Now we're gonna dig into the cream filled. Okay. First off, first bite. It's a good donut. It's a most donut. It's very dry. I did not get cream in the first bite. There's no cream there. See? No. If I got to go 2 or 3 bites in to get some cream, well, let's try this one because this is probably where the cream's going to be. Well, you know. Second bite. Still no cream. All right. Donna, you're letting me down here. Third bite. There we go, the cream. And I have to say, that cream is a good consistency. Oh, yeah. That's a good, that's like a nice sweet cake frosting. I'm not going to eat this whole thing at once right now. I will eat it as I'm driving home, but I don't want to go into a diabetic coma here in the car. One more bite. 2 more bites. That's good. I'd say that's around an 8 maybe for a cream filled. Could use a little bit more cream in there, but it's a good donut. It's a big donut. It's delicious. I love it. Okay, before we leave, I need one more bite of a donut. Do I want the coconut, the jelly, the butternut, or the chocolate cruller? I think I'm going to take a little bite. I could go a little bite of chocolate here. Let's take this. There we go. Now, that's got that nice glaze on it, similar to what's on the other donuts. That sort of powdered sugar and milk. Let's try the chocolate. Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, the chocolate is very dry. You can kind of see that there. It's a dry donut. It's not bad. I don't always like overly moist, but I don't want it too dry. This would go good with a cup of coffee. But, ooh, wow. It's not bad. There's a nice chocolatey, like cocoa taste to it. I don't mind. It's not overly sugary or overly chocolatey, but oh boy, is that dry. Yeah. It's good. It's not bad for a chocolate cruller. I'm not a chocolate donut fan per se. I do enjoy them, but I have to say this one is not the hit for me. I wouldn't get the cruller again necessarily, the chocolate cruller. We'll go with a cup of coffee. Might go for a different chocolate fan. Not my favorite of the bunch so far. That's no longer on the dash. Now we're in the house. Day 2 of the donut review. 4 and a portion of a donut remain. I'm going to go for the butternut now, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, if you remember, the 3 donuts that I judge a donut shop by are the butternut or butter crunch, the honey dipped honeydew glazed, and the vanilla cream. Vanilla cream was good. The glazed was awesome. And now we are going for the butter crunch. It's the next day. We've got a nice hot cup of coffee here. I'm going to enjoy with this donut. And this is good because it's a big donut. This will last you definitely for the second day. I mean, again, look at the thickness of that donut. This thing weighs, I can barely hold it in one hand. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have to cut that. This is like a piece of cake is what it is. Listen to that come apart there. I can't bite into that one. It would be like picking up an entire cake and biting into it. You got that nice cake-like consistency. Look at how it's cooked around the edge there. Baked to perfection. Let's try it. So good. Yes. This is probably one of my favorite butternut donuts. It's got a nice cake-like consistency inside, donut quality. It's got a really good crunch. You gotta watch those crunches. They get in between your teeth, and when you get older like me, they zing your cavities. And it goes really good with coffee. Butter crunch is the perfect donut for coffee. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give it a little dunk. And, that's good donut. I think the coconut's going to be similar. I'll have a little sliver of the coconut. Should do me all right. Same thing. Look at that. Oh, so good. Ooh. Bonus frosting. You know what? That coconut is nice. And then the jelly. I'm leaving the jelly for my wife. She said she wanted it. I've had the jelly donuts before. They're awesome. I really like them. They're light and fluffy, filled with a nice jelly-like consistency inside. You know what? She can live if I take a bite. Oh my God! Yes, that is good. That is really good. It's a really good jelly in there. I don't know what flavor it is, like a grape jelly or a raspberry jelly, but it is so good. And the donut is delicious too. So I started doing numbers. I didn't know, between a scale of 1 to 10, that's what everybody does. Maybe I'm not going to do numbers. This is just, the butter crunch is awesome. The coconut does. Every donut I've had here is awesome. The one I didn't enjoy as much was the chocolate cruller. Well, let me just say that Dr. Durant highly recommends Donna's Donuts for an awesome donut experience. And I know I said at the beginning of this clip that Wednesdays were donut days, but honestly, with me, every day is a donut day. So you'll never should know when one of these donut reviews is going to show up. Enjoy.